Welcome, crypto family, to the #1 daily Bitcoin podcast. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we just tapped the highest monthly close in Bitcoin history. I'm also going to be sharing Tether boosting their Bitcoin reserves with their latest acquisition, the acquisition of 8,888 Bitcoin, baby, making them the 7th largest Bitcoin hodler. We'll also be discussing Tron argues that the SEC is not a worldwide regulator and the lawsuit goes too far. We're also going to be discussing a 100 trillion investor class starting to move into Bitcoin and crypto, according to the Bitwise CIO, Matt Hugin, as well as LMAX CEO expects Bitcoin to trade in the 6-digit territory. I'll be breaking down his timeline, as well as breaking news. BlackRock and Fidelity ETF bombshell triggers a massive 75 trillion market cap prediction. That's right. ARK Investors' Cathie Wood is predicting 1.5 million by the year 2027 and now projecting 3.8 million by this specific date. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto family. What it do? Happy Monday. It's the first of the month, so get up, get up. My brothers, we having a wonderful day. You already know. Say goodbye, Q1 out the window. Q2 is here, April 1st, year of the halving. Make some noise for that. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. Always greatly appreciated. And thank you for the retweets as well. Shout out to KJam, Jennifer, all the mods. Greatly appreciate you. May 5-star, what it do? How was your Easter Sunday? Let me know. This morning has been a pain. Let the pump it up for the reversal. Well, JV's here, so 2 days in a row, JV wearing a real shirt. We all should scrutinize our soaps and detergents. What's up, JV? What up, Bo Hardy? What up, Balut from DC? Let me know where you guys are tuned in from. I'm broadcasting live from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Loud and clear, says Mr. Bone Daddy. Appreciate that. Shout out to Knox Bill. Shout out to C-List, Don George. Good morning. Let's make some biddies today. Amen for that. Pharrell Ferris Fox. Welcome, broski. Coos Dog. Welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Let us know where you're tuned in from. Bakersfield in the chat. Loud and clear, brother. Let me go. Hit that retweet. Thank you for that. Loud and clear. Hokey Wolf here. Shout out to the Hokey Wolf. Bill Hoke, welcome. Smooth as silk. Nice. Wow, Bitcoin dropping like it's hot. You already know Lisa. Shout out Lisa. And yeah, happy April Fools as well. I don't play the April Fool shenanigans, so yeah, I'm not going to be deceiving anyone on today's stream, just FYI. Shout out Peso Robles, East LA in the building. Shout out Kitty Crusher, Respect Family, Joe Follin, Central Wisconsin in the building. We like them biddies. Show me your biddies. Pump, 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 pump it up. Let's reverse this little correction here this morning. We're currently at 68,000, down 2,200 on the day. What happened? Last night, we had the strongest close in Bitcoin history. I think it was roughly 71,300. We'll pull up the chart here in a bit. But yeah, we've had a little bit of a correction. I still say all-time highs in play for this week. Price discovery mode. Send it. Only 3 weeks into the halving. April is going to be lit. You already know. North Cal checking in. Shout out to North Cal, my pal. The combination is still making my funds bleed. Shout out Southern Cali. Shout out Sammy G. Good to see you, family. Johnny Lee Young. Welcome, broski. Big biddies are the best. I love big biddies and I cannot lie. These other brothers can't deny. And JV Tulum in the house. Shout out Mexico. Please listen to Mike Saylor. We call them poor. I mean, that's one of the best mixes we have right there.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Not Bitcoiners, lady. Just saying. Tell them, Michael.
People that use fiat.
Shout out Jose Pardo, Panama in the building. Shout out Panama City. I haven't been there in a few years. Beautiful place to visit. Reading is heating up like BTC. Says Reading Red. Shout out Reading Red. Let's go. Pump the likes to pump the stream, pump the price. You already know, K-Jam. Let's go.
Currency as a store of value.
Yes, so what do we call people that use fiat currency as a store of value? Drop it in the chat.
We call them poor.
That's right.
We call them poor.
Boom, shakalaka. Shout out Steven. Shout out Stedge Lash. Relaxing. Good to see the fam. Eric, good to see a family. Best mix. Let's go.
People that use fiat.
Yeah, best mix ever. Shout out to the Giga Chad. Don't be a fool today by the dip. Amen to that. Well said, Don George. Well said. Oh, yeah, 5 memberships. I promise you guys. Let's do that right now. Thanks for the reminder. Shout out to Coos Dog for the reminder. Yesterday, they gifted quite a few from you guys, but today we're going to gift some more. So give me a second to pull this up. We're going to gift some memberships live and in the flesh. Make some noise for that. Pump the likes, pump the stream as we're giving out some memberships, please. Just give me a second to pull it up and gift it out. Here we go. Membership gifting. We're going to do 5 now. We'll do another 5 tomorrow, back to back. How's that? Here we go. Here we go. So congratulations to the following. Bullet from DC, May 5-star. Oh, Hardy. David Plugs. What it do? Jason. Who else we get here? Everyone who just got hooked up with a membership, congratulations, welcome. Appreciate you being a member of the channel and supporting the show. Every month, JV likes to give 10 memberships. We're going to do 5 today. We just did another 5 given away tomorrow. JV is the gifting Jedi. Appreciate it, K-Jam. Thanks to you guys for letting me know. Thanks for the reminder. Of course, this is not a crash. This is called a consolidation, family, before running up to new all-time highs. April Fool's rug before the Larry train leaves the station. Choo-choo. Are you talking about like the Larry Fink train? They already have over 250,000 biddies. Is mind-boggling. You're the man, JV. Cheers, David Plugs. Cheers. You're very welcome. De nada. Least I can do, family. Remind me again tomorrow. We'll give away another 5. Congrats to all the new members. Shout out Abel. Shout out Fresh. Fresh gave out 10 memberships yesterday. Shout out to Fresh. All you guys are incredible. Multi-stacker, welcome. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. Also equally important to hit that sexy thumbs up button, because by pumping the likes, you're helping to pump the stream, pump the price, and supporting the movement at the same time. So with that being shared, family, today is pod episode number 1596. I'm your host, JV, and welcome to quarter 2 of 2024. It is April 1st, 2024, having looming in roughly 3 weeks. Make some noise for that. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. Pulling up Coin 360, should be able to see on your screen. We got Bitcoin correcting, along with most of the alt market. Bitcoin trading above 68,500 at the time of the live stream. Yesterday, we surpassed 71,300-ish for the monthly close, making it the strongest monthly close in Bitcoin history. You can see Ether correcting and all the rest of the major alts. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com, we're sitting on a 2.64 trillion market cap with roughly 87 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance at 52% even, with the Ether dominance at 16.2%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Core up 55%, Jupe up 10%. Wasn't there a cologne called Jupe back in the day? I remember that one when I was in high school, fam. You guys remember a little Jupe? A little, what was my other favorite one? I think it was like Cool Water. Yeah, Cool Water cologne was the bomb diggity. Anyways, Bitcoin Cash up 6% and Aptos up 4%. Below that, we have BitGet and Eunice said Leo. Not many gainers, as I would say approximately 90% of the top 100 are correcting and in the red. But which alts in particular are you guys most bullish on for this bull run? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get more of a visual perspective. Core up 53%, Jupe up, and virtually everything else correcting and in the red. But zooming out on the monthly, y'all must have forgot. We've had a hell of an alt season. Many of these meme coins are still up hundreds of percent, as you can see on the screen. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're back in extreme greed at a 79. Yesterday, 75. Last week, a 75. And last month, an 80. Why do we look at this metric each and every day? The higher this number goes, the more likely of a correction. And lo and behold, we just hit extreme greed and had another correction. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown, 17 days left to go. Let's go. Or roughly 18. This calculates readjusting by the minute because it goes by the block height. Currently, we're on block 837,000. Once we hit 840,000, that's when the halving occurs. The scheduled date currently April 19th. I'm going to just throw out there, I think it's going to happen on 420 just for the sake of 420. Happy 420. Shout out to the fam. But anyways, fam, checking out the time chain calendar. As you can see on your screen, it shows you the block we're currently at, 837,264. And it also shows you the conversion that for $1, 1 USD, you can get 1,460 Satoshis. But I'm telling you, fam, take advantage of it while you still can, because before you know it, it's going to be less than 1,000 sats for $1, less than 500 sats for $1, and before you know it, less than 100 sats for $1. With the Bitcoin market cap today at 1.35 trillion. Let's go. But anyways, family, welcome everyone just joining the stream. Pump the likes, pump the stream, and make some motherfucking noise. Just saying. Appreciate y'all.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, pump, pump it up.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
That is right. KJM been telling me 420 2024 will be the halving. What do you guys say to that? Let me know, family. There is no second best. Tell them.
You agree? And there is no second best asset.
Russia in the building. Shout out Russia. Shout out Peter. Good to see you guys. Appreciate all the members here. Joe, I quit doing bong hits today. Oh no, April Fools. Drum roll, please.
And that is why we are here, right? Because we need an asset. Bitcoin is the best. There is no second best.
Facts. Tell them, Michael.
Currency. We call them poor. We call them poor.
If the blockchain is the time chain, why does the halving keep changing? Well, according to Jack Mallers' recent speech he gave in Portugal at the event, he said that Satoshi never referred to it as the blockchain. He called it the time chain. He had to invent time on the internet. And essentially what he did to invent Bitcoin. And then apparently they changed the name along the way, but it wasn't Satoshi's doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is right.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Tell him. I am 98% Bitcoin. Cheers to that, Joe. That's right, buddy Mac. We call them poor. Lighters in the air, please, for quarter two. Let's get it lit. You already know quarter two, the most significant quarter, year of the halving, quarter of the halving, having 2.5 weeks out. Let it sink in. I believe the month of February was better with a 20K uptrend. March, we did 10K. Let's see, April. Yeah, we had a hell of a February. There's no doubt in that. That took us from the 40 range to the 60 range, family. Bitcoin is stuck in the future. Gold is stuck in the ground. Who's selling their biddies now? Suckers. That's who's selling their biddies. Bitcoin has been stuck for a week. Something has to pop up or down. Expected to pop to the upside, family. I'm calling it. New all-time high this week. Price discovery. Send it. Time is a construct. We're all eternal. Right on. Reflection eternal. The halving is every 210,000 blocks. Not based on time. Precisely. That's why it changes by the day. Well said, Chris. But that is right. Shout out Lux Shell. Good to see you. April Fools not selling. Tell them, guys. We're going to expect a lot of April Fools news, but not in my show. I refuse. Lux Shell, we're all hodlers here. Amen to that. 100% Bitcoin, there is no second best. We call them poor. We call them poor, says Stedge. 80,000 within the next week. Send it, relaxing. I'm feeling it. But anyways, fam, we discussed our market analysis. Now let's check out a little Bitcoin TA and what's happening in the market. The 5 things to watch out for specifically in the market this week. But first, I want to show you the March closing price was 71,285 as outlined here by Plan B of the stock to flow model. A new all-time high before the halving. You damn straight. So Bitcoin continues making new records. Also, the hash rate continues continues going wild. I think we're 3x the hash rate from the previous all-time high of 69,000 back in 2021. So let that sink in. But now for the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. Take it away. Bitcoin, to all intents and purposes, delivered for the bulls at the end of Q1. You could say that again. As just below 70,300, the March 31st weekly, monthly, and quarterly close became its highest in history. A predictable retracement followed, however, following trading views showing local lows of 68.9 coming hours later. You can see the dump here on the 1-hour chart. So on the short time frames, Bitcoin thus remains caught in a range that was already familiar from last month, 69 G's, baby. It's the old all-time high, as we know, from 2021, which continues to act as a market focus. And quoting Scoo, he says, going to be more observant here before jumping into position. So far, 4-hour trend is still intact. We'll be looking for the market to maintain this with sufficient spot buying and perp bid for momentum. And also, as outlined here, the biggest high time frame level for now is 69,000. The monthly and weekly open will be important later. So there you go. And quoting Rec Capital, weekly close above the range high is the first step, and a Bitcoin needs to dip into the RH to successfully retest it as new support before continuing higher. That would be the second step to fully confirming the breakout. Now, here's another factor to watch out for. Powell, unemployment lead U.S. macro diary. As you know, the fresh appearance from Fed Chairman Jay Powell forms one highlight for the upcoming U.S. macro week. Powell will deliver prepared remarks April 3rd, so that's going to be Wednesday, family, joining several other senior Fed officials throughout the week. Now, this week's data, meanwhile, centers on non-farm payrolls, a release that recently contributed to the Bitcoin price volatility, which is due April 5th. Quoting them here, U.S. employment data is due on Friday, and just like the prior U.S. data points, FOMC, an opportunity to pick up some cheap tokens could be ahead. Quoting TED Talks Crypto, currently the market is on par with the Fed at 3 cuts price for the end of the year. As with inflation data, employment data will move the markets on any significant miss. And the Kabisi letter highlights all the significant events this week. I'm not going to read them all out loud, but you can see them here on your screen. Now for the next factor, Bitcoin long-term hodlers become active sellers. That's right. As Bitcoin sets new records on the charts, the long-term hodlers, the smart money, are wasting little time and taking profit. What was first a trickle is now gaining pace. On-chain data shows Bitcoin's diamond hands are no longer on the sidelines. In the latest edition of the weekly on-chain newsletter from Glassnode, they've revealed a fresh peek into realized profits. These refer to coins moving on-chain from 2 investor cohorts, which are the short-term hodlers and long-term hodlers. The short-term hodlers are entities hodling coins less than 155 days, reflecting the more speculative end of the Bitcoin investor spectrum. Meanwhile, the long-term hodlers, by contrast, are those willing to hodl Bitcoin with more conviction. And I'm going to assume everyone here is a long-term hodler. If you're tuned in daily to Crypto News Alerts, let me know if that's accurate, family. Now, quoting them here from this, analysts can start to consider term hodlers as an increasingly important cohort when assessing the magnitude of sell-side supply pressure moving forward. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on, Bitcoin price near identical to December 2020. That's right, the previous halving. Glassnode unveiled what it calls remarkable similarity, deja vu, fam, between the current Bitcoin price action and the previous bull market of 2021. Overlaying this year's performance against the previous cycle shows that 2011 to 2013 cycle as a clear outlier, as outlined here. Now, this in turn challenges the concept that institutional interest has delivered a new Bitcoin price paradigm this year. Quoting them here, if we index price performance since the April 2021 all-time high, we can see a remarkable similarity to the prior cycle, they explain. By both duration and distance from the April 2021 peak, the market is in a near identical spot to December 2020's relative to the 2018-2021 cycle, as outlined here in this chart. Now, December 2020 marked a launch pad moment for Bitcoin, which took off from the prior all-time highs to enter price discovery after first retesting them for roughly 2 weeks. And this year, nonetheless, marks the first instance of an all-time high coming immediately before a block subsidy halving. That's right, the 3 previous halvings, we always hit the all-time high for the cycle, or I should say broke the previous all-time high for the cycle, after the halving. So this is the first time in halving history we broke the previous all-time high pre-halving. So keep that in mind. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on, gold stocks prep crypto bullish divergence. That's right. The crypto market sentiment is increasingly anticipating a shot at price discovery across all the markets. The latest readings from the Crypto Greed and Fear Index reveal the return of extreme greed, as I pointed out earlier. This has come independent of a market price uptick, suggesting that should the bull market deliver snap upside, the traders could become increasingly irrational. Now, fear and greed has remained steadily above levels seen during the 2021 all-time highs, but still with room to increase before entering levels synonymous with cross-market corrections. And in fact, as I pointed out, we've even hit as high as a 90 on the Crypto Greed and Fear Index earlier in the year. And right after, we actually corrected 10,000. That's why we keep such a close eye on it. Now, also, I wanted to point out, quoting Joe Burnett, assuming the future average portfolio allocation is 80% Bitcoin, Bitcoin would be worth 4x all equities, real estate, bonds, gold, etc. Now pay attention. Since everything else will still exist and is worth 900 trillion today, referring to the total addressable market, Bitcoin would be three, I don't even know this number. Let me think. I think this is that 3.6 trillion, or is that even higher? What's the next level up? I think we're talking maybe 36 trillion. Not sure. But nonetheless, the price action is what I'm focused on. He's ultimately saying if everyone basically allocates 80% into Bitcoin from the total addressable market, we could see $171 million Bitcoin. That's officially, I think, the largest prediction I've ever seen, minus a few of those billion-dollar predictions we have covered on the show from Fidelity's head of macro, Jurian Timmer, and one of the other guys. I think his name was Peter Dunsworth. But nonetheless, could you imagine $171 million Bitcoin? Holla at you, fam. And let me check the comments again. Hello, JV and Huddle fam. Shout out Yahim. What it do? Yes, what is that? 3.6 quadrillion. Yeah, it's when the number gets that high for the market cap, I don't even know how to address it because I'm not familiar with that number. Quadrillion, thank you. So are we saying 3.6 quadrillion? That's mind-boggling, family. Mind-boggling. Minimum wage just went to $20 today in Cali. Big Macs are now $18. You're ishing me. Are Big Macs really $18? Wow. I don't eat them, so I don't care. Back when I used to work at McDonald's, my first job on the books, I got paid like $4.50 an hour, or less than $5 an hour. So it would have took me 3 hours of work to afford one Big Mac. That's mind-boggling. Talk about inflation. Another thing I've noticed, everything's getting smaller. Big Macs, Whoppers, everything used to be larger. Now everything is shrinking. I think we call that shrinkflation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the term? Love that prediction. Me too, Don. Anyone want to see $170 million Bitcoin price? Let's go. What is the dollar worth in the future? That's a great question as well. It's not going to be worth much, but they're going to have CBDCs anyways, which is the digital representation of the dollar, only it's programmable money, and it'll be the demise of humankind. If you're to ask me, that's why we Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the hedge against inflation, but you guys already know. $3.35 an hour when I worked there. Wow, not as lucky as me. It must have just been earlier, right? I think I was 16. I'm currently 41. I can't do the math in my head there, but it's a very long time ago. Fiat will go down and down. Didn't Mike Saylor even work at McDonald's at one point? Would you like to supersize that, sir? Fiat will go down and down. Yeah, it's mathematically guaranteed to lose its purchasing power because they have to print more money because of the $35 trillion deficit, which we covered on yesterday's episode. How many X's is that? A lot. A lot of X's. But anyways, fam, next story of the day. Let's discuss the latest with Tether. Check this. Tether boosts Bitcoin reserves with their latest acquisition. Tether just bought 8,888 more biddies worth $629 million. They now hold 5.2 billion in Bitcoin. Another headline, Tether completes the gold standard security audit. So I told you guys, Tether USDT is the real deal. I told you guys to beware of Circle's USDC because I remember so much FUD against Tether, but Tether, as I mentioned, it's the real deal. The company behind Tether stablecoin acquired 8,888 biddies worth $618 million March 31st. Following the acquisition, Tether's wallet now holds 75,354 Bitcoin, bought at an average price of 30 G's, worth around 5.2 billion at this time. The wallet is up 128% with a current unrealized profit of almost $3 billion, according to this data from CoinStats. Not too shabby. The acquisition came during a time of heightened institutional interest in Bitcoin due to the approval of the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs and the incoming Bitcoin halving, which is set to reduce the block subsidy issuance in just roughly 19 days. Following the acquisition, Tether is now the 7th largest Bitcoin hodler in the world, the 7th wonder fam, and that's according to the BitInfo charts. Binance's Cold Wallet is the largest Bitcoin hodler with over 248,000 biddies, worth $17 billion at this time. The firm said it would invest 15% of its net profit into Bitcoin to diversify the stable coins backing assets. Tether's USDT reached a record 100 billion market cap on March 4th, posting a 9% year-to-date growth. Now, Bitcoin trades above 69,000, suggesting an end of the pre-halving correction. I agree with that. Quoting Rec Capital, Bitcoin is now peaking beyond its old all-time high, potentially positioning itself for this pre-halving retracement to be over. Amen to that. Now this other story. The independent audit for Tether represents the highest level of security compliance an organization can demonstrate. So respect, they're doing everything the right way. Quoting them here, this compliance measure assures our customers that their assets and data are managed in an environment meeting the highest standards for data protection and information security. This independent validation of security controls is vital for Tether, demonstrating our commitment to being the world's most trusted and compliant stablecoin. Preach. And a quick heads up, family, I don't know why the viewer count is dropping so significantly. Let me know if the stream is still loud, clear, and smooth. Let me know, because I noticed we went backwards. We're down to 111 viewers, and I'm just like scratching my head here. I'm like, why is the numbers going down? Usually we're going up as we're streaming, but nonetheless, let me know your thoughts, family, and I'll wait for your feedback here. That's one gold standard I can get behind. Cheers to that. USDT equals bad. USDC equals bad. Well, in comparison to Bitcoin, you much rather have your biddies in Bitcoin. But if you need a stable coin for whatever reason, I think USDT is the trusted standard. What are your thoughts? Loud, clear, and smooth. Good to know, family. Pump the likes to pump the stream. I don't know what's going on over here. Coos Dog, clear, all good here. YouTube, what's up, yo? What's up with my numbers? Come on now. Anyways, we're the best. 111 viewers. Amen to that. You're missing a good bet. Debt to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin appreciates. Your debt depreciates. Clear. Thank you, Abel. Must just be the YouTube gods just not showing the show any love. I don't know what's up. But it's crazy because back when we were breaking 40,000, everyone's all excited. We were having over 1,000 people on the streams. So it's just like why is there only 100 people on and we're still at 69,000? It's just a little weird. But anyways, that's just YouTube for you. What are you going to do? Like button smashed. I appreciate the support, family. It helps out tremendously. I'm still trying to get to 100,000 subs. Sometimes feels impossible, but I know we'll hit it along the time we hit this 100,000 Bitcoin price. We're just going to move on up like the Jeffersons back in the day. Moving on up. You know what I mean? If I got to start singing to boost my views, I'm going to start singing. YouTube is fooling us today. Yeah, it is April Fool's, so you already know. Hit the likes to get the stream in the algorithm. Thank you, Shizno. They be hating on Crypto News Alert. I think because I'm a Bitcoin purist. I don't know how else to explain it. So many of these Ishcoin channels have like hundreds of thousands of subs. Some of them now have millions of subs. And all they do is mislead their viewers and Ishcoin and shill Ishcoins. And I just don't get it. So bad luck, YouTube. Some people just can't find that like button, it seems. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Only 8 likes. If so, I quit. I'm out. Deuces. You got to refresh the stream. There's no way we only have 8 likes. That's not physically possible. Just saying. But yes, they are missing out. Thank you, Eric. More like it. But yeah, we can do better than 77 likes for sure. People will find you when they deserve you. I appreciate that. I am a high-value YouTube channel. I'm only looking for high-value crypto folks. Where you at? It's because you guys got to retweet JV. Thank you, Eric. The retweets definitely help as well. All the love we can get on X, we appreciate it, family. Only 9 likes on your screen. Damn you, YouTube. I'll follow you on my other channel to try to help. It does help. Thank you. If you have 2 channels, follow us. I also have a secondary channel. It's clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. And of course, we're also streaming simultaneously on Rumble. So shout out to the Rumble fam as well. 80 so far. Thank you, Grant. Let's get those rookie numbers up, family. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Relaxing. Thank you, everyone, for the support. But anyways, let's continue. Tron versus the SEC. The SEC won't let me be. Anyways, Tron argues that the SEC, not a worldwide regulator, and the lawsuit goes too far. Let me know if you agree with that. The entity behind the Layer 1 blockchain of Tron asked the New York federal court to dismiss the U.S. SEC lawsuit against it, arguing the U.S. regulator targeting predominantly foreign conduct. Quoting them here, the SEC is not a worldwide regulator, and its effort to apply U.S. security laws to predominantly foreign conduct goes too far, the Tron Foundation said in a March 28th dismissal motion to the New York federal court. Last March, the SEC sued Justin Sun, the Tron Foundation, file-sharing platform backers, the BitTorrent Foundation, and its San Francisco-based payment firm, Rainberry. The latter 2 Tron acquired in 2018, alleging its sale of Tron and BitTorrent tokens are unregistered security offerings. Go figure. The Singapore-based Tron said its motion is in that the SEC's case is against foreign digital asset offerings to foreign purchasers on global platforms for which it has no authority. Respect my authority. Tron claimed the tokens were sold entirely overseas, with steps taken to avoid the U.S. market, and that the SEC didn't allege they were offered or sold initially to any U.S. residents. It said the SEC's claims that latter secondary token sales on a U.S.-based platform serving users worldwide were unregistered U.S. securities is tenuous. At best, even if the SEC had the authority, the tokens fail classification as investment contracts under the U.S. SEC classification, the Howey test, Tron argued. Now, in its suit, the SEC also claimed that Sun, a Chinese-born Grenadian citizen, engaged in manipulative wash trading, where one entity buys and sells a token to stimulate market activity, and secretly paid celebrities, including Soulja Boy, and Akon to promote the tokens. Quoting him here, no particularized facts showed that the trades were actually wash trades, wrongfully executed for illegitimate purposes, Tron wrote in its motion. The SEC also does not allege a single victim. Tron's other arguments include that the SEC failed to detail factual allegations laying out each defendant's role in each claim, and relied on generalizations and conclusions to support its already thin, frequently indiscernible claims. For example, although the SEC purports to allege fraud, no material misstatement is alleged, leaving defendants to speculate on the precise basis of those claims. Tron also argued that case should be dismissed under the major question doctrine, a Supreme Court ruling saying Congress will pass laws and not give authority to the regulators. Yeah, right. What world are we living in there? Which other crypto firms, including Kraken, Coinbase, have cited in the SEC lawsuit dismissal bids. The SEC should file its own response to Tron's motion within 2 weeks. The SEC did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the dismissal motion. Of course not. You got no Claire Gare as the chairman in charge. You're not going to get any clarity whatsoever. But what are your thoughts? Do you think that the SEC is overreaching against Tron and trying to be this worldwide regulator for unregistered securities? Let me know your honest thoughts. Holla. Smash that subscribe. Thank you. The watch of the stream seems to update, unlike the likes. Very weird, but yeah, it does do that sometimes. Prepare for the baby boomer selling frenzy, says Roger. Just a little downward tick will make them squirm. Oh boy, squirmy, squirmy. You got to do what you got to do. All I know is this: keep stacking them sats while you still can. Pre-halving, because post-halving, things are going to get crazy. I project craziness in the market. When I say crazy, crazy upside, parabolic runs, 100,000 price action type of stuff, family. So take advantage of it while you still can. Thank you, KJAM, for the resources as always. Every single article is always referenced in the show notes, and KJAM's always on top of it. So respect. The SEC is suing everyone and losing each and every time. It does seem to be this way. So that's a good thing. Let them continue to lose, right? The boomer will never sell. Probably not. I mean, what are we talking about them selling? YouTube wants us to stay in the fiat system. Apparently, right? 200 now in the stream. That's more like it. Did everyone hear the 4? What is that? the found out who Satoshi is? Clue me in, Dankness. I missed that one. Who's Satoshi? Let me know. We know it's not Craig, right? My screen locked at 126. Yeah, bull snap, Mark Anderson. Anyone else sick of the SEC? They just waste time and money. Look at all the money they're making. I should say stealing from these crypto exchanges. Like, oh, 30 million from Kraken. Oh, DOJ. Oh, just 4 billion from Binance. Like it's nothing. Yeah, man, they're shaking down every firm they possibly can. And trust, if Bitcoin had an attack vector, such as a CEO like Satoshi, they would go after him as well. However, thank God, Bitcoin is decentralized and there's no one to go after. No other crypto can say the same. And I even noticed XRP today offloaded 500 million tokens. Like, what? That's not a good look. JV, you're Satoshi? Yeah, right. I wish. Bitcoin CEO, actually, I don't wish that. Bitcoin CEO lowered the price today. Thank you, Bitcoin CEO. April Fools. Got to get a little rim shot for you there. Steven Seagal is Satoshi. You bastards. You killed Satoshi. Craig wrong. Congress needs to defund the SEC. True. It's an impartial regulator and therefore cannot possibly be a fair arbiter of the free market. I agree with you on that, Data Biter. But apparently, no matter how unlawful they continue to move, they just continue because they have unlimited budget, number one, hence why we do need to defund them. And number two, it's just open season. They can go after anyone and, screw them over. Look what they did to XRP. XRP has been stagnant for like the last 6 years thanks to them. It's been crazy, yo. We're all Satoshi except Craig. Precisely. We're all Satoshi. 100% with you on that. We all know Nipsey is Satoshi. The Nippinator. Nippinators. Monon. Pump the likes, family. We now got 225. That's more like it, but we should have at least 500 on every stream, at least. Just saying. Shout out to the Rumble fam as well. What about that pizza thingy thing? What about the pizza thingy thing? Let me know. Is Van Damme Satoshi? Bloodsport, Sailor, Samson, Wu, Jack Mullards, and Robert Breedlove collectively are Satoshi. I would throw a little Max Kaiser in there. You got to remember, Max created the patent on digital assets. I think that was in 96. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 96. And look at Nipsey doing his thing. I think that's the buy signal. I don't think that's a sell signal. He doesn't do that often. Look at that. Just wiping that butt right on the carpet like it ain't no thing. Nipsey's giving a bullish indicator. It seems like that, Joseph. What's your schedule for the week? KJM asks. Early show all week. Friday, back to the norm, 4 p.m. Eastern. So meaning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to be streaming at this time, 12 p.m. more than likely. And then Friday, we'll go back to 4 p.m. Then Saturday, 4 p.m. and all week, 4 p.m. And then the following week, it goes back to 12. That's just my schedule, family. Stacey Herbert is Satoshi. Precisely. Liz Warren definitely isn't Satoshi. Anyways, fam, pump the likes, pump the stream. Let's dive into our next story of the day, shall we? Let's discuss this $100 trillion market moving into Bitcoin, shall we? Here we go. The Bitwise CIO, Matt Hogan, says a cohort of investors holding $100 trillion in wealth is in the early stages of getting Bitcoin and crypto exposure. In a weekly memo to investment professionals, the executive of a Bitcoin spot market ETF issuer says Bitcoin is in the midst of a raging bull market. Anytime I hear that word raging, I think of the raging bull, a throwback. That was Jake LaMotta back in the day. Remember the movie? Martin Scorsese, Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro. He played Jake LaMotta, one of my favorite movies growing up. It just brings back memories. Let me know if you've seen it. According to Hugin, the deep-pocketed investment professionals now have access to Bitcoin and crypto following the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETFs in January. Quoting them here, these investor controls tens of trillions of dollars. Globally, the best estimate is over 100 trillion, and they're just starting to move into crypto. This is a process that will take years, not months. Hugin says that Bitcoin ETFs are collectively the most successful ETF launch of all time. That's fact. After witnessing inflows of $12 billion in just 3 months. And BlackRock now has the lion's share, over 250,000 biddies family. But the Bitwise exec says that the $12 billion of inflows are just a drop in the bucket compared to what's a-coming, quoting him again. But imagine global wealth managers allocate just 1% of their portfolio to Bitcoin on average. It's not crazy. While past performance is no guarantee of the future results, a 2.5% allocation to Bitcoin has enhanced a traditional 60-40 portfolio risk-adjusted returns in every 3-year period in Bitcoin history. A 1% allocation across the board would mean $1 trillion of inflows into the space. Against this, $12 billion is barely a down payment. 1% down, 99% to go. And reminder from a little earlier, I mentioned if we got 80% portfolio allocation into Bitcoin with the total addressable market, we could potentially see 171 million per coin. So you already know. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'm going to read these comments out loud. Shout out to the mods. Appreciate you guys. Let's get it. What it do? Let's go. Incoming dog candle, says Lisa. Scratches the back. Talking about the Nippinator here. And I think he just went under the blanket. You can't even see him no more. He's disappeared like Satoshi himself. Here one moment, gone the next.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
The Run of the Golden Bull is one of my favorite videos. Oh, snap, Joseph. I'll have to check that one out.
More than 5 shots and you're stacked and get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song. Reds broke, have a talk, we smoked them
like a bong. That's right, hits from the Hopium bong. JV, deworm your dog to stop bottom itching. Ironic enough, I traveled with him, last week, and I actually had to give him the freaking deworming meds, so he's already on them. So just gonna do it one time for 1 month, but he took the chewable tablet in front of the vet so they can sign off on it, and he had to take his freaking mandatory exam and all that kind of stuff, but he's good. Cut some Bitcoin raps, JV. I know, it's that time. JV or the dogs? Oh boy. Jen, I love you, Jenny. Is this a Forrest Gump reference here?
Oh yeah, we heard
Kramer report that. Reverse that, Kramer family. Shout out Jennifer. Good to see you, fam. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
He said, we bought more bags till we got a sword back.
I'm going to take advantage of the lower price and add it to my Bitcoin in the Tangent wallet. Please do. My bottom is itching. I need the wormer.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come,
You
we
should
should
have bought
afford
that.
that.
Damn straight. Anyways, family, keep the likes coming. Let's just dive right into our next story of the day. Still got a lot to cover. We're going to discuss this $150,000 target. Then we're going to be discussing the latest from all the broskies' favorite, Cathie Wood. So pump the likes for Cathie Wood. Can ya? Please? Will ya? Let me know. Anyways, the headline here reads, LMAX CEO expects Bitcoin to trade in the 6-digit territory in the future. I mean, who wouldn't expect Bitcoin to trade in 6 figures? I digress. But anyways, LMAX Group CEO David Mercer discussed the Bitcoin future and the influence of the surge in demand for the spot Bitcoin ETFs in a recent interview with CNBC. Now, LMAX Group is a global financial technological company and a leading independent operator of multiple institutional execution venues for FX and crypto trading. Mercer explained that if Bitcoin becomes a standard portfolio allocation, which we all know it will, with 5% of people's portfolios or the assets in the world being allocated into Bitcoin, we see a dramatic price increase, quoting him here, based purely on supply and demand. And we have never seen anything like this before. Preach, quoting him again. You should see the price of Bitcoin being multiples of what it is today. I do think on a longer time horizon, 5 years, 10 years, then certainly this will be trading in 6 digits rather than 5 digits as it is today. Now, JV disagrees. I don't think it's going to take 5 to 10 years to trade in 6 digits. I think clearly 5 to 10 years will be in 7 digits, but 6 digits we're likely going to see this year. Worst case scenario, if it wasn't this year, absolutely by next year. But what are your thoughts, fam? Let me know. Now, commenting on the impact of the spot Bitcoin test and the subsequent appetite of crypto, he shared, if you look at all the institutions we cover within the group, we trade with 35 of the world's top 40 banks. All the major proprietary trading firms of the world, over 200 brokers, the group that we have excluded historically have been the banks. He added, they could trade the futures, but they couldn't trade the physical. What you're seeing now is the underlying of these ETFs is the physical, the executive elaborated. I think overall, this democratizes the asset class for everyone. It opens up market access from retail all the way up to institutional. It means that even the high net worth desks, the private wealth desks in the banks, can now offer products which give you direct exposure to the asset class. The LMAX chief executive continued, I think over time, as all the institutions become more comfortable with the behavior of the asset class, you're going to see people getting closer to the asset itself and owning the core asset, which is Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana. Meanwhile, a number of people are increasingly bullish on Bitcoin, predicting significant price hikes post upcoming halving. Standard Chartered Bank, for example, raised its Bitcoin price prediction for this year from 100 to 150,000 per coin. Send it. Also, the Bitwise CIO said that in the long term, his firm believes that Bitcoin is a raging bull market, as I just pointed out with the previous story. Let me know if you agree or disagree for the raging bull BTC. Holla. Alex says 6 years, 7 digits. Man, I think we're going to hit 7 digits a lot sooner than that. But I appreciate and respect your call there, Alex. 5 weeks to 6 digits. Now we're talking. That's more like it. Bitimus. I agree with you. Very probable, very possible, I should say. Cathie Wood has a very shady past and has done some questionable things to become the success she is. Well, what has she done that's shady, Roger? Please clue me in, because I'm not familiar with the shadiness of Cathie Wood. I thought Cathie could do no shade. I thought Cathie was untouchable. I thought Cathie was the go-to for the broskies. I thought Cathie represented everything Bitcoin represents. Just saying. Anyways, I digress. Are there more types of Trezor cold wallets or just one? There's more than one type. I know the Trezor one is the original, which is the small one, the one I prefer because it's just tiny. They also have the touchscreen Trezor, which is a little bigger, and they probably have a new Trezor because every few years they make a new version. But I wouldn't know about that. You guys let me know. But I know there's definitely at least 2 versions. The Trezor one, again, and I think the Model T is the touchscreen one. I don't know who this Cathie Wood is. Well, that's probably because you haven't drinking her bathwater yet, man. Drink the bathwater and you'll never be able to forget her. Did someone say bathwater? Oh, boy. I've been working a lot and have been missing the show. It's unacceptable, Bone Daddy. No, it's all good. You got to work a lot so you can buy more biddies and enjoy the show. And the cool part is if you can't catch the live, you can catch the replay on your own schedule. That's the beauty of YouTube. Oh boy, the bathwater lady. That's right, Celis, the bathwater lady for the broskies. Yes, I don't know who this Cathie Wood is. Yeah, right. Oh, ish, ban JV. Ban who? Joe.
Don't call it a comeback. Bitcoin's been here for years. Peer to peer, big suckers to fear.
It's delicious. Yes, JV went there. You guys brought it up. I'm just reading your comments. Don't blame me. 3 months, 6 digits. I'll take it. 3 years, 7 digits. I'll take it. That means by 2027. And 3 cycles, 8 digits. Whoa. Wow. Can you imagine a $10 million biddy? That's why it's so important to become a whole coiner. You're not going to be able to become a whole coiner at these prices, bro. Is a big difference. Wait a few years. Bitcoin's $10 million. Yes, for $5 million, you can buy a half coin. For $1 million, you can get 0.1 BTC. Or you can buy a whole Bitcoin right now for $68,000. Seize the moment, take advantage of it. Borrow money from JP Morgan Chase. Go to his bank right now. Call up their banking institute. Yo, I need to borrow money. Borrow as much money as possible and buy Bitcoin with it. And thank Jamie Dimon for it. Anyways, that's Sailor's play. That's what Sailor does. He just borrows money and buys Bitcoin. So, hey, why not? Cathie Wood's fart in a jar, now available.
You either hold your money in the strongest currency in the world, and you're losing 7% a year. You're being cut in half every decade.
This is true. $1 per sat by 2029. Whoa, 100 million per Bitcoin by 2029. Imagine that. Wow. Meaning for 10 million, you get 0.1 bitty. Insane, right? But it's a coming. Send it. Mortgage your home to buy Bitcoin. Says Don, not investment advice, but hey, that's what Michael Saylor would do. Personal loans cheaper than the credit cards. Yeah, think of it this way. Even if you had a 5%, 10%, even if it was a crazy 20% loan, if you're capable of buying Bitcoin with that money and Bitcoin continues appreciating on average, you know what I mean, 200% per year, you're golden, right? Especially if you can stretch out the term of the loan. Like Saylor borrows $1 billion and he don't got to pay it back to like 2032. Saylor knows where Bitcoin will be by then. So he's like, yes, I'll take as much money as I can, please. Let's just buy more Bitcoin. Oh, we only own 1% of the circulating supply. That's too bearish. We need 10%. Rumble After Show JV, you damn straight. You damn straight. Shout out to the Rumble fam. We're on the brink of Bitcoin's greatest moves in history. Saludos desde Chile, and thank you, JV. Cheers, Turabit. Respect. Did Demon visit the... Of course Demon visited the island. We're talking about Gilligan's Island just for the algorithm here. Gilligan's Island many times. Of course he did. Would you expect anything less from a guy named Jamie Demon? Just saying. This is not financial advice channel. JV is... That's right. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just some weirdo who does a podcast every day and worships Bitcoin, and no one should follow what I say or what I do. And everyone should, make their decisions based on their own research, not the entertainment purposes of the channel. I'm just trying to entertain at the end of the day, right? That's all I'm trying to do. Bitcoin buying at 68,000 will look cheap by the summer. I agree with that. 163% annual on average returns over the last 14 years gets us to 68,000 plus. Half the annual return average gives us 1.2 million in 5 years. 5 years. Did Diamond finance the island too? I wouldn't be surprised. Just saying. Love you, JV. Much love, Joseph. Bitcoin miners will begin to sell to the new equipment after the halving. They'll need better teams of computing. Bitcoin will continue to drop to 40 Gs. I'll wait for the 40 Gs. Well, good luck waiting for 40 Gs because I don't see that happening. I think 60 is ultimately the new 20, but I can be wrong. Take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Does JV not... Are you not entertained? Dankness. Are you not entertained? Because all I do is impersonations. Basically, that's my just saying. That's my bread and butter. Impersonations here. Anyways, family. I'm going to sip some more water. Then we're going to dive into our feature story of the day.
To zero, they really thought that. Again, you can call me 3AC
because I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze from the Fed. Now they showing us love. Anyways, yeah. All right, now for our feature story of the day. The latest from Cathie Wood. We're going to be discussing a couple of headlines. Number one, BlackRock and Fidelity ETF bombshell triggers a massive 75 trillion Bitcoin market cap prediction. Also, Cathie Wood says 1.5 million Bitcoin price explosion on the table by 2027. Remember, initially she was predicting by 2030. Well, she's gotten that much more bullish. So let's break this baby down, shall we? And broskies, please pump the likes and show Cathie Wood some love. This is for you guys. Anyways, family. So yeah, let's get right into it. Scrolling down. Here we go. Last year, and this is quoting Cathie Wood, we put our bull case for Bitcoin at 1.5 million. And she shared that on stage at the New York Bitcoin Investor Day conference, reported by Business Insider. And continuing on, with this institutional green light and that the SEC provided, kicking and screaming, though it did, the analysis we have done is that if institutional investors would allocate a little more than the 5% of their portfolios into Bitcoin, as we think they will over time, that alone would add 2.3 million to the projection I just gave you. Damn straight. Now, Wall Street giants BlackRock and Fidelity. BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, roughly $10 trillion in assets under management. Fidelity is in the top 5. I know they have roughly $4.5 trillion in assets under management. I believe it's Vanguard that's number 2. Anyways, they emerged as the 2 largest of the new Bitcoin ETF issuers. And in fact, BlackRock just surpassed 250,000 Bitcoin in their stash, surpassing the stash of MicroStrategy, which took 4 years to accumulate and have 1% of the circulating supply. Just saying. Now, Wood's own ARC21 shares Bitcoin ETF now holds almost 40,000 Bitcoin worth $2 billion on behalf of investors. Wood's new Bitcoin price prediction can see Bitcoin hitting 3.8 million per coin by 2030, a massive near 6,000% increase from the current price action. Quoting her again, "We think Bitcoin has miles to go. We're at the very beginning of really putting in place the financial ecosystem native to the internet and disintermediating all of the toll takers." So there you go. Now, she also says, rather than solely attributing Bitcoin's current fluctuations to the impending halving, we suggest a nuanced view, considering factors like spot Bitcoin ETF flows, evolving miner profitability, post-halving, and general market psychology. With high greed levels on pretty much all fronts, she said in an email with the comments, with more Bitcoin retracements potentially looming and historical patterns indicating potential turbulence, we advise investors to tread carefully while exploring opportunities amid the uncharted territory for the 2024 halving. Now for this other headline on the 1.5 million coming by 2027. This was an interview she did roughly a month ago, projecting Bitcoin hitting 1.5 million by 2027. According to Wood, institutional investors will increasingly turn their attention towards the king crypto as its path strays away from traditional assets, eventually causing it to skyrocket. Quoting her here, "The forecast was, our bull case was 1.5 million in 5 years. So that would have been 2027. We still have time, and we still think that's going to be right. But if you look at the institutional push into Bitcoin, this new asset class, they have to consider its fiduciaries. When you use those code words, new asset class, flight to safety, what it means, the correlation of these returns are very low compared to those other assets. Since Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million and institutional investors are now taking it more seriously, Wood says Bitcoin is now in a position to increase its price quicker than ever before. Quoting her here, what are we saying? There are 19.6 million Bitcoin out there right now, and the highest it'll ever go, 21 million. Well, okay. There's real scarcity value. And what is going to happen? The price increase for every institutional dollar pushing in now is going to be much higher than it was last year or 2 years ago. And let me know if you agree first and foremost. And also, if you want to watch the actual interview she did, check the show notes below the video in the description. And let's discuss this. $3.8 million Bitcoin by 2030, $1.5 million Bitcoin by 2027. Do you feel this is probable? Do you think it's realistic? Or just another pipe dream of people taking hits from the hopium bong? Let me know your honest thoughts. I personally feel 1 million is in the cards. 1 million can potentially happen this year. Unprecedented times. Right? It's 2024. No one knows how low that dollar will continue to drop because of inflation, hyperinflation, which can lead to hyper-Bitcoinization, factors we must at least consider. Also, these Bitcoin ETF inflows are not slowing down anytime soon. In fact, it's more like a snowball effect. They're continuing to increase. What's going to happen when we get more ETF adoption, more game theory playing out? Hong Kong about to release their spot ETFs. Then we got El Salvador about to launch their ETFs, right? Bitcoin halving looming 3 weeks away. This is a very special time. If you're new to crypto, here's what's going to happen. Bitcoin's going to go parabolic, preceding the halving, as it always has all the previous cycles. And in fact, what makes this cycle a little different, as I mentioned a little earlier in the stream, for the first time in Bitcoin history, we surpassed the previous all-time high pre-halving. That's right. We broke the 69,000 all-time high we hit back on November 10th of 2021 a few weeks ago. The new top is 73,800. Safe to exaggerate a little and round up to 74,000 for the sake of round numbers, right? So we already broke the all-time high for the first time in Bitcoin history pre-halving. What's going to happen post-halving? Something else much different this cycle. Institutional demand, institutional FOMO did not exist 2020, 2021. That was purely driven by the retail. I feel the retail haven't even began this cycle. The retail will begin when we hit the 6-figure mark because people just love buying at the top. That's just the nature of the beast. That's human psychology. When Bitcoin was discounted $16,000 in 2022 after the debacle of FTX and Luna and everything freaking collapsing in real time, nobody wanted it. They're like, Bitcoin's going to drop to 3,000. Garrett Soloway says so. I'm just going to wait and play it smart. And then these mofos waited, and now Bitcoin's back at 70 Gs, all-time highs. You know what I mean? Sooner than anticipated. So you already know. So yeah, institutional FOMO did not exist previous cycle. Also, nation state adoption. I think it was 2020, 2021. Bukele made Bitcoin a legal tender. Now we have other countries following in the footsteps, doing the same. Now we have Tether and other major companies following the playbook of Bukele and Michael Saylor, launching speculative attacks, purchasing as much Bitcoin as they could, and continuing to grow successfully. This means other companies can do the same. MicroStrategy is just one company. El Salvador is one country. How many countries are there on this planet? I don't know. You tell me. Thousands, if not thousands, there's minimal hundreds, right? How many companies are there in the S&P 500? I like to believe there's 500. And I like to believe that MicroStrategy will become in the S&P 500 because they're most qualified to do so as well. So how many other countries are going to follow this blueprint? How many other MicroStrategies will it take to acquire just 1% of the Bitcoin supply before we go ham? And when I say ham, parabolic to new all-time highs, 6-figure, 7-figure price discovery mode beyond the bear's wildest expectations. Do you know that the hash rate has tripled from the time of the previous all-time high in the previous cycle? Yet the price is the same. We're still flirting at 69,000. We were there 3 years ago, right? I'm so bullish. And not even funny. There's so many bullish catalysts. Bitcoin being a hedge against inflation, a hedge against deflation. It's an insurance policy, as Cathie Wood calls it. It's a flight to safety, as the world's largest asset management CEO, Lawrence Fink, calls it. I should say it's unpredictable what's going to happen. So your guess is as good as mine. Thank you. 195 countries. Is that all? Does that include territories like Puerto Rico? Let me know. Did you say ham? Yes, I am a vegetarian that just said ham. Hey, it is what it is. But anyways, family, 1 million, easy peasy. Can it happen this year? It's possible. Will it? We'll soon find out. It's going to be a fun run. That's one thing for sure. One thing exciting about crypto, we don't know what to expect. But that's what's so beautiful. Price discovery means this is a moment in time we've never been at before. This is a price action we have never seen. So anything is possible, right? All predictions are doable, right? Some of you guys are saying we're going to drop back down to 40. I wish you the best of luck with that, but I am just too optimistic to believe that, considering all the factors I just laid out for you. Then you got to also consider and calculate sovereign wealth fund adoption on the back of the nation state adoption, right? And how many more billionaires? I mentioned yesterday in the stream, there's roughly 2,500 billionaires in the world. 1,000 of those billionaires are over 70 years old. One of them would be, Donald Trump. How many of those billionaires are going to move into Bitcoin as well? That's where the big money, that's the big money. How many more Ricardo Salinas are going to make the move? How many Tim Drapers are going to make the move? How many Mike Saylors or Max Kaisers are going to make that move next? You already know. What's the alternative? Gold? Wow, $2,200 an ounce. All-time high, guys. Peter Schiff celebrating, doing backflips if he could do a backflip, just saying. But that's not exciting to me. What's exciting is Bitcoin going up 5x this cycle. What's gold going up 5-10%? Big whoop. I think it's Max Kaiser who said for every dollar gold goes up, Bitcoin will go up $30. So would you rather have a 30x return or a modest 1x return to say you have the physical asset? Who wants the physical asset when you're living in a digital world? Tell any child. I have a child who is 10 years old. And if you say, what would you prefer? All your money in Roblox or fiat currency? She'll say straight up, who cares about fiat currency? I would just take it to buy the freaking Robux. You know what I mean? Because we're living in a digital world. Bitcoin is digital currency. It's currency of the future. It's the currency of the resistance. Who would want a physical asset with a corrupt government that can just take it away from you like they do to Andrew Tate seizing his assets? They can seize everything he has except his Bitcoin, right? What about Ye? You know what I mean? He said some stuff, speaking the truth. Powers that be determined that was a direct threat. He's too influential. Let's freeze his assets. Let's take away his deal. The only thing they can't take away from you, Bitcoin, right? They can take away that Bitcoin ETF, BTC, just saying. But properly self-custodied Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. Bitcoin is incorruptible, hence why it's perfect money. There has never been a perfect money like this because every money they just print more of. They create more. They find more. Gold, oh, we'll just dig more up from the dirt, right? Bitcoin, you can't dig more up from the dirt because Satoshi figured this out. Right? It requires computational power from the miners. And we're about to have a supply shock. Something else I didn't even calculate into this prediction. Supply shock incoming in 6 to 12 months as per crypto quant analysts. Why is that? There's only 2 million biddies left to go on the exchanges. And the current daily issuance being awarded to miners is 900. That's about to get cut in half to 450. So when you only got 450 new Bitcoin being awarded per day, right? And a very minimal supply on the exchanges. And you have companies like BlackRock purchasing over 10,000 Bitcoin per day. And that's just one asset manager. What does that tell me? Supply shock. What's going to happen when we have a legitimate supply shock like we've never experienced before in Bitcoin history? Numbers go way up, all the way up. And that's when we can realistically expect these crazy $1 million plus Bitcoin price predictions. But let me know your thoughts, fam. Holla in the live chat. Speak that truth, JV. Thank you, May 5-star. I'm just getting started here. Facts, JV. First time in history of mankind. Preach. JV is on a roll. Damn straight. Show me the money. No wood water, no bath water, no eating the wood, no Cathie juice. Let's go, people. How dare you say no Cathie juice? That's sacrilegious, bro. When should I invest in Bitcoin? Today? I think today is a great time to invest in Bitcoin. You got a $2,000 discount from 24 hours ago. Why not? Can you help me learn? Absolutely. Tune into the daily pod. You're going to learn a hell of a lot. Only lazy idiots want their Bitcoin controlled, and they deserve the high fees and worthless investment they made, says Roger Phil. Jennifer, every day you should invest if you have the fiat, says Eric Perez. Dollar cost average. What is Michael Saylor's blueprint? Keep buying at the top, and over the long haul, you'll be up billions of dollars. Well, that's if you're buying at that level that they're buying at MicroStrategy, but just saying. DCA underway. DCA day underway, eh? What do you say, eh? Bitcoin is energy, and energy is power, and money and power, the power, the money, the power, the biddies. And first you get the biddies, and then you get the word that rhymes with the biddies, right? What they say in Scarface, Chico, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman. Well, in crypto, first you get the biddies, then you get the fill in the blank. It's a wrap. Every day is a good day to buy Bitcoin, never sell. That's right. Facts. When 230,000? That's a good question. 230,000 should be by September 7th. Now, I just pulled the number out of my butt, but yeah, that's what analysts tend to do. September 7th, we should see 230,000. Yeah, I'm making that up, yes, but hey, it sounds good if I say it with confidence. That's basically the analysts for you that do the TA. Lambo. JV, are you DCAing today? Honestly, no. The fiat that I earn from my podcast goes paying my bills. I've accumulated what I could accumulate over the past, 6-7 years. I'm happy with that. If I'm in a position where fiat is floating from the sky, yes, I will DCA. But I'm not even in a position, I don't keep much dry powder. As soon as I get paid for the pod, I pay my bills. I pay my daughter's tuition. She goes to a private school. It's not cheap. So I don't really have extra fiat to be throwing into biddies. But if I did, I'd be throwing it into biddies. Just keep it at 100. I like to say I DCA every day, but I blew my stash very long time ago. But when I come across money, or if I have a very good month, then the first thing on my mind after taking care of my obligations, of course, is stacking them biddies. Have you heard of Doge Marley? No, I haven't heard of that. From your mouth to my wallet. Boom, shakalaka. Yes, first you get the biddies, then you get the Lambo. Yeah, exactly what I was meaning to say. I love me some biddies. I mean, who doesn't love biddies? I'm just saying. I just got inside info. Many Bitcoin miners are now hodling, not selling. Of course, Peter, they know what's about to go down. The miners are not stupid. I'd say the miners are the smart money. Harmony 1 is better than ETH. I'm not familiar with Harmony 1. Can't wait for the halving party. Send it. I don't have any cash income. Been dealing with a medical issue this year. Go back to work. So no DCA, but I still increased my stack and lived leveraging sailor style right on. I had to cut my DCA amount down because of the recent fiat expenditures. But like JV, I'm happy to have built the Bitcoin back since 2019. Amen to that. Okay. First you get the biddies and then you get rich. Then you get a loan off your biddies for the Lambo. I dig it, Jennifer. And replace Lambo with Rari, Porsche, whatever your favorite whip is. You like an e-bike? You can get the new e-bike, whatever you want. Any Doge news? I don't really cover the Doge news. It's I'm just saying. I was another chat and people could not stop talking about the Doge Marley. I'm a little sus of that, but hey, to each their own. Some channels focus on the Doge Marley for all I know. I've never even heard of it. Subaru, do it up. Damn, sorry you lost your Bitcoin in that boat. Exactly, May 5, sorry, it happens. Daughter, your schooling cost me 0.1 today. What do you mean your schooling cost me 0.0? Oh, yeah, kind of. Up 32% or something. I already have a cheap car, but I wouldn't mind a boat. All I crave is FU money, and it doesn't take a lot to get to FU. Amen. Bit must. And rising. No clue what the people are saying about the Doge Marley. Yeah, join the Discord. Discord link in the live chat, fam. Get it? We still have gas cars by then. Chinese EVs are so cool. I don't DCA, just buy Bitcoin with everything I get every month. Another thing you can do is you can earn Bitcoin. Think future. Work for Bitcoin, business owner, earn Bitcoin. That's another thing. Obviously, shout out to the Renovation Wizard. Appreciate the sub. You need to start thinking in the future. You don't want to be earning fiat. If you have the option to get paid in Bitcoin, you can do so. For example, if you're a business owner, you can have open node. And if you're receiving a payment, they can still send it normally through, say, a debit card or credit card, however they want to pay you, and then it converts it in real time to Bitcoin. And I think Strike has similar product available. Jack Muller's company, shout out Jack. So that's the future, getting paid in Bitcoin, family. If a sponsor hits me up and they give me the option to pay me in Bitcoin, yes, please, pay me in Bitcoin. Anyways, I just saw a video, much more practical. Hatchback Lambo, excessive, practical, right on. My goal is a house with a recording studio and farmable land. Jen, I lost mine and the aliens came for global warming. I feel the pain. Low-key Doge shilling on the #1 Bitcoin channel. People are hilarious. People are hilarious. What the hell is going on with fiat? It stands for fix again. Yeah, it's only 35 trillion in debt. They're just going to keep printing and printing and printing and printing and printing until all the criminals of the world own all of the fiat supply, and then it becomes worthless, and then they replace it with a CBDC. And thank God for Bitcoin, the only antidote to slavery and enslavement. You know what I mean? Stack accordingly, family. Is it time for free subscriptions? You want me to give away another 5 free subscriptions? I already promised to wait till tomorrow, so I don't want to mislead anyone. People will be on the stream tomorrow waiting for the 5. So we're just going to wait for tomorrow. I'm going to give away 5 more tomorrow. But that doesn't mean that someone else can give away some whatever subscriptions as well. I am a 5'7", 2 Hondo plus dude, but it's a dance for the biddies if someone wants that. Dance for biddies. They removed the debt ceiling. Take a percentage of your work paycheck every week to buy Bitcoin. That's right. Granted, you make enough to buy the Bitcoin. Some people can barely pay their bills, and sometimes I can relate. Sometimes my bills are so high, it's damn it, I have nothing left over to DCA. But hey, it is what it is. Not complaining. The wheels fell off the printer, so print the loans. I ask people on the street all the time if they bought Bitcoin, and it's always the same answer. I remember that sign language from school. No. I'll just digress there. Printer go burr. Wait for 415 JV for the free subscriptions. Why should I wait so long? Now, I already said I was going to do it tomorrow, so we'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, we are early. This is true. But anyways, fam, we're going to have to end. All good things, unfortunately, come to an end. We're going to have to end the YouTube stream. However, good news, the silver lining. We're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusively over on Rumble. My Rumble link direct is rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Simply go in the description. You can find the Rumble link, or just open up the Rumble app and type in Crypto News Alerts, and let's continue with Uncensored JV. You won't be disappointed. I'll leave it at that. Head on over to Rumble right now, and let's get ready to
for the heavyweight championship
Rumble
of the world.
See you there.
Are you